I never loved you. Those were the last words I heard before everything inside me shattered. I tried to speak. I tried to grab her wrist, to pull her away from him, to ask her why. My lips barely moved. "Lena?" I whispered, but even I couldn't hear it. She didn't look at me, not once. Instead, she tightened her grip around his hand and said softly, "Let's go. There's nothing left here." Nothing left. I wanted to laugh. I wanted to scream. I gave you everything, I thought. Every year, every sacrifice, every dream. How is that nothing? The machine beside me beeped erratically. "Sir, stay with us," a voice said. A doctor, a nurse, it didn't matter. "Lena?" I forced again, my throat burning. She paused at the door. For a second, just a second, I thought she'd turn. She didn't. "Close it," she said. The door shut. And that was the moment I died the first time. The second death came slower. The beeping stretched into one long, unbearable sound. My vision dimmed like someone lowering the brightness of the world. "Clear," my body jerked. "Again, clear." Another jolt. Pain shot through me, but it felt distant, like it belonged to someone else. "Come on, don't lose him." Lose me? I wanted to laugh. I'm already gone. In the darkness, her voice echoed again. "I never loved you." It repeated. Again. 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 "I never loved you. I never loved you. I never..." Then everything went black. "Hey, wake up." A voice cut through the void. "Oi, are you dead or just ignoring me?" I frowned. That voice. "Get up, man. You're going to be late." Late? My eyes snapped open. I sucked in a sharp breath and sat up so fast my head spun. "What? Where?" "Whoa, relax," the guy in front of me said, raising his hands. "You look like you saw a ghost." I stared at him. "Arif?" He blinked. "Yeah? Who else would it be?" I grabbed his arm. "Say that again." "Say what again?" "Your name." "Arif," he repeated slowly. "Are you okay?" I let go. No, that's not possible," I muttered. "Okay, now you're scaring me," he said. "Did you hit your head or something?" I ignored him and looked around. My room. My old room. The cracked ceiling. The faded blue walls. The cheap wooden desk stacked with textbooks I hadn't seen in years. "No way," I whispered. "Dude," Arif said, waving a hand in front of my face. "Talk to me. What's going on?" I looked down at myself. No IV lines, no hospital gown, just a wrinkled school uniform, my hands, steady, younger, and my chest tightened. "What year is it?" He stared. "Are you serious? Answer me." "It's 2016, he said cautiously. "Why?" My heart stopped. I swung my legs off the bed and stood up too quickly. The room tilted, but I didn't care. This isn't real," I said. "It can't be real." "Okay, I'm calling your mom," Arif said, pulling out his phone. "No!" I grabbed his wrist. "Don't." "Then explain." I hesitated. What could I even say? I died. My wife betrayed me. Now I'm back in time. He'd think I was insane. I ran a hand through my hair and forced a shaky breath. I just had a weird dream. "That wasn't a dream face," he said. "That was an I saw the end of the world face." Something like that. He studied me for a moment, then sighed. "Fine. But if you start talking to walls, I'm leaving." "Deal." He smirked. "Good. Now hurry up. We're already late. Late. School." The word hit me like a truck. School means... "No," I whispered. "What?" Arif asked. I grabbed my bag and headed for the door. "Nothing. Let's go." Shh. The walk felt unreal. Every step echoed with memories I hadn't asked for. "This is so weird," I muttered. "What is?" Arif asked. "Everything." He rolled his eyes. "You're still on that? You wouldn't get it." "Try me." I shook my head. "Forget it." We reached the school gate. My chest tightened. This is where it started. "Why are you stopping?" Arif asked. My voice faltered. "I need a second." He raised an eyebrow. "Since when do you get nervous about school?" "I'm not nervous." "You look like you're about to confess to a crime." "Maybe I am." He laughed. "All right, now I'm definitely curious." I didn't answer. Because right then, I saw her, Lena, standing by the courtyard, laughing with her friends, bright, carefree, untouched by the future I remembered. My breath caught. No way, I whispered. What? Arif followed my gaze. Oh, her? My fist clenched. Her. The same smile, the same eyes, the same girl who once held my hand and later held someone else's while I died. You know her? He asked. I forced my voice steady. No. Really? Because you're staring like you do. I said no. He shrugged. All right. But I couldn't look away. She tossed her hair back and laughed again, and for a moment, just a moment, I felt it. That old pull, that stupid, dangerous warmth. Hey, Arif said, nudging me. You're doing it again. Doing what? That look. What look? Like you're already in love. I froze. Oh, don't say that. He smirked. Why not? It's obvious. It's not. Dude, I've known you for years. I know that face. You don't know anything, I snapped. He blinked. Okay, that was aggressive. I exhaled slowly. Sorry. Man, what's with you today? I told you. Weird dream. Must have been one hell of a dream. You have no idea. He glanced at Lena again. So, you sure you don't want to talk to her? My heart pounded. This is it. The beginning. The moment where everything once started. I remembered walking up to her, stumbling over my words, making her laugh. I remembered how it all grew from there. Every memory screamed at me to repeat it, to relive it, to fix it. Go on, Arif said. What's the worst that could happen? I laughed. A hollow, bitter sound. You really want to know? Yeah. I looked straight at Lena, then I looked away. The worst? I said quietly. You fall in love. He frowned. That's not exactly a tragedy. It is, I said. Since when? Since it kills you. He stared at me. You're being dramatic. Maybe. Or maybe you're scared. I shook my head. I'm not scared, I said. Then prove it. Go talk to her. I tightened my grip on my bag. My heart raced. My past begged me to move forward. My future warned me to stop. I hesitated. Yeah? Arif pushed. I closed my eyes for a second. I died once loving her. I opened them again. I'm not doing it. What? Why? Because I don't want to. That's not an answer. It is today. He groaned. You're impossible. Good. He crossed his arms. You're going to regret it. No, I said firmly. I already did. He blinked. What does that even mean? Nothing you need to worry about. I took a step back from the gate, away from her, away from everything that once destroyed me. So, what now? Arif asked. Now? I said. I looked at my hands, steady, alive, unbroken. Now I do things differently. He raised an eyebrow. Like what? I met his gaze. Like not making the same mistake twice. He smirked. And what mistake is that? I glanced at Lena one last time. She laughed again, unaware of everything she would become, unaware of everything I had already lost. I turned away. I will not love her again, I said. And this time, I meant it. I thought avoiding her would be easy. It wasn't. Hey, you're in my seat. I looked up, and there she was. Lena, same eyes, same smile, same voice that once made my world feel complete. I forced my expression to stay calm. Then sit somewhere else. She blinked. Wow, rude much? I got here first. She tilted her head, studying me. You're new to this class? No? Then how come I've never noticed you? I shrugged. Maybe you weren't looking. She smiled. That smile, it hit me like a memory I didn't want. Well, she said, pulling the chair anyway and sitting beside me. I'm looking now. I clenched my pen tighter. Good for you, I replied. She leaned closer. You always this cold? Yes. Interesting. Not really. She laughed softly. You're different. My chest tightened. Those words again. You're different. I looked straight ahead. People change. She watched me for a second longer, like she was trying to figure me out. Inside, I felt something crack. Don't fall for it, I told myself. It's the same start, the same script. Hey, she said, tapping my desk, at least tell me your name. I hesitated. You already know it, she frowned. Do I? Check the attendance list. She rolled her eyes. You're seriously making me work for it? Yes. Fine. She leaned back in her chair. I'll figure it out. Good luck. She smirked. I don't need luck. I didn't respond because I knew she didn't. Bro, what was that? I sighed as Armin caught up with me outside class. What was what? That girl, he said. You were acting like she insulted your entire family. I just wasn't interested. Not interested? He laughed. Since when? Since now. He nudged me. Come on, man. She's clearly into you. She's not. Dude, she literally sat next to you and started a conversation. That doesn't mean anything. It means something. I shook my head. Drop it. He crossed his arms. No, something's off. Nothing's off. Then why are you acting like that? Like what? Like you already know her. I froze for a second. I don't. Then why did it feel like you were holding back? I forced a laugh. You're overthinking. He narrowed his eyes. Am I? Yes. All right, he said slowly. But let me ask you one thing. What? You like her, don't you? I laughed. Not because it was funny, but because it hurt. Eat not this time, I said. He blinked. What? Nothing. That didn't sound like nothing. It is. He stared at me, confused. Man, you're weird today. Get used to it. I tried to keep my distance. I really did, but somehow. Hey, mystery boy. I closed my eyes for a second before turning. What? Lena stood there smiling like she always did. I found your name. Congratulations. She grinned. Took me less than a day. I'm not impressed. You should be. Why? Because I don't usually chase people. I raised an eyebrow. Then stop. She laughed again. You're funny. I'm serious. I know. She leaned a little closer. That's what makes it fun. I stepped back. Find someone else. Why? Because I'm not interested. She studied my face carefully. For a moment, her smile faded. Did I do something wrong? She asked softly. That tone. I remembered it. The same soft voice she used whenever she wanted to pull me closer. No, I said. You didn't. Then why are you pushing me away? Because I know how this ends. Because I've already lived through your lies. Because I died loving you. I swallowed those words. I just don't feel like talking, I said. She held my gaze for a few seconds. Then she smiled again. Okay, she said, but I won't give up that easily. I felt my chest tighten. Of course you won't. Do whatever you want, I replied. I will. And just like that, she walked away, leaving behind a familiar ache I didn't want. Days passed. She kept coming back. Same jokes, same questions, same effortless way of getting close. You're impossible, she said one afternoon, sitting across from me in the cafeteria. So, I've been told. Why won't you just talk to me normally? I am talking. Not like a normal person. Define normal. Like you don't hate me. I don't hate you. Then stop acting like it. I looked at her. Really looked this time. Her expression, her eyes, her smile. And for a second, I almost forgot everything. You're staring again, she said softly. I looked away immediately. No, I'm not. You are. So what? So it means something. It doesn't. She leaned forward. You're lying. I almost laughed. If only you knew. I'm not, I said. You are, she insisted. I shook my head. Believe whatever you want. I will. She smiled again. That same smile. And for a moment, I felt weak. Bro, I saw you with her again. I sighed. You see too much, Armand grinned. So, it's true. What is? You like her. No? Still denying it? Yes. Why? Because it's the truth, he laughed. You're hopeless. Good. He shook his head. One day, you'll admit it. Not happening. We'll see. That day, everything changed. I was heading toward the back of the school building when I heard voices. You said you'd call me. I froze. That voice, Lena. I stepped closer, staying out of sight. I was busy, another voice replied. A male voice, confident, calm. I peeked around the corner and saw him, Ryan. My chest went cold. Same face, same presence, the same man who stood beside her the day I died. You're always busy, Lena said, pouting slightly. He smirked. And you're always complaining. I'm serious, she said. You said we'd spend more time together. We will. When? Soon. She crossed her arms. You keep saying that. He stepped closer to her. Don't be like that. Her expression softened instantly. That change, I remembered it too well. Fine, she said quietly. Good, he replied, brushing a strand of hair from her face. I felt my fists clench, so it was always like this. Not later, not after me, from the very beginning. I have to go, Lena said. Already? Yeah, I'll text you, he nodded. Don't keep me waiting. She smiled. I won't. I stepped back before she could see me. My heart was pounding, not from pain, but from clarity. This is who she is. Not someone who changed. Not someone who betrayed me later. No, she had always been this way. I just refused to see it. I leaned against the wall, exhaling slowly. So, that's the truth, I whispered. All those moments, all those words, all those promises, they weren't special. They were just repeated, reused, recycled. I let out a quiet, bitter laugh. Yeah, I muttered to myself. I was blind. This time, I wasn't. This time, I watched. And this time, I would not be fooled again. I made a dangerous choice. I walked up to her first. Hey! Lena turned, surprised. Oh, you actually came to me? I smiled. Is that a problem? She narrowed her eyes playfully. A little. You've been avoiding me for days. Maybe I changed my mind. Just like that? Yeah. She studied my face. You're suspicious. Or maybe you're overthinking. She stepped closer. So, what changed? I held her gaze. Maybe I just realized something important. Her cheeks turned slightly pink. That reaction, I hated how it still affected me. What did you realize? She asked softly. That I shouldn't ignore people who try, I said. She smiled, almost shy. So you're saying I tried hard? You did. Wow, she laughed. That sounds like a compliment. It is. She tilted her head. Then I'll accept it. Good. She looked at me for a moment longer. You're really different now. I told you. I said, people change. She smiled again, and just like that, I stepped back into the same story. Bro, what is going on with you? I didn't look up from my book. What do you mean? Armin dropped into the seat beside me. Don't act dumb. You were just laughing with her. So? He leaned closer. You were acting like you like her. I turned a page calmly. Maybe I do. He froze. Wait, seriously? Relax. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal? He stared at me. You were literally rejecting her a week ago. People change. That's exactly what she said about you, he muttered. I smirked slightly. Then I guess she was right. He frowned. I don't like this. You don't have to. Something's off, he said. You're too calm. Is that a crime? No, but it's weird. Get used to it. He leaned back, still watching me. Just don't get hurt. I paused for a second. I won't. Not this time. Wait for me. I slowed down as Lena caught up, slightly out of breath. You walk fast. Then walk faster. She laughed. You're impossible. You keep saying that. Because it's true. We walked side by side. Same road, same timing, same feeling. Almost. So, she said, swinging her bag lightly, are we friends now? If you want. I do. Then we are. She smiled brightly. That was easy. Was it? Yeah, I thought you'd make it harder. I could. Why didn't you? I glanced at her. No reason. She looked satisfied with that. We kept walking. Well, you know, she said, I like this version of you more. Why? You're kinder. I almost laughed. Kinder. If only she knew. Don't get used to it, I said. Too late, she replied. The days turned into routine. Did you finish the assignment? Yeah. Want a copy? Of course I do. Then stop talking and start writing. Wow, bossy. Just do it. She grinned. Yes, sir. Wait, you actually don't understand this? I told you, I'm bad at math. You're not bad. You're lazy. Rude. True. She leaned closer, pointing at the page. Explain it again. I sighed. Fine. But this is the last time. You said that yesterday. And I meant it yesterday. She laughed. You're stuck with me now. I didn't reply, because part of me knew she was right. At night, everything felt different, quiet, heavy. I sat on my bed, gripping my shirt tightly. Don't fall for her again, I whispered. My chest hurt, not because I loved her, but because it felt like I still could. I'm not that stupid, I muttered. But the memories didn't listen. Her laugh, her voice, her smile. They all came back trying to pull me in. I clenched my fists. It's fake. I repeated it again and again until I believed it. During the day, I played my role. At night, I watched, carefully, silently. I followed her once, then twice, then more. Not close enough to be seen, just enough to know. And every time, it led me to him, Rayan. Why are you late? He asked, leaning against the wall. I had class, Lena replied. You always have class. And you always complain, he smirked. Because you make me wait. She stepped closer. Is that a problem? For you, never. Her tone changed, softer, sweeter, different from how she spoke to me. You missed me? She asked. Maybe. Only maybe. Don't push it. She laughed lightly. I stayed hidden, my phone recording everything, every word, every glance, every lie. Hey, Lena said the next day, sitting beside me. You look tired. I didn't sleep well. Why? Thinking too much. About what? I looked at her. People. She smiled. Am I one of those people? Yes. Her cheeks flushed again. Good. I forced a small smile. Yeah, I said. Good. That night, I followed her again, this time closer, close enough to hear everything. Why do you keep meeting him? Rayan asked. Who? That guy from your class. My heart stilled. He's just a friend, Lena said casually. Doesn't look like it. She sighed. You're overthinking. Am I? Yes. There was a pause. Then, she said it. He's just a backup. Rayan, you're the one I want. Silence. Then Rayan laughed softly. Good, don't forget that. I won't. My grip tightened around my phone. Backup. That's what I was. Not just now, but before. In my past life. In every moment I thought was real. I wasn't chosen. I was used. I felt something inside me crack. Not loudly, not painfully, just quietly, like something fragile finally giving up. I waited for the tears. They didn't come. Instead, I smiled. A slow, cold smile. So that's it, I whispered. Everything made sense now. Every lie, every touch, every word she ever said to me. They were never mine. They were just part of her game. And I was just a piece. I looked down at my phone. The recording was clear. Her voice, her truth, her betrayal. This time, I had proof. This is what I needed, I said quietly. No more doubts, no more confusion, no more weakness. I turned away from the scene, from her, from everything I once loved. And as I walked into the darkness, I whispered, now it's my turn. I started changing, not just inside, but where everyone could see it. Since when do you study this much? Armand asked, staring at my notes. Since I realized I was wasting time, I replied. He leaned over my shoulder. You finished all of this already? Yes. Bro, this is next week's syllabus. I know. He looked at me like I was a stranger. Who are you and what did you do to my friend? I smirked slightly. Maybe I just grew up. Overnight? Something like that. He shook his head. Nah, I'm not buying it. You don't have to. But it wasn't just studying. I answered questions in class. I stayed ahead of everyone. I stopped being invisible. Sir, I have a different solution, I said one morning. The teacher looked surprised. Go ahead. I walked to the board, wrote it down, and explained calmly. When I turned back, people were staring, not confused, impressed. Correct, the teacher said. Very good. I nodded and returned to my seat. Armand leaned in. Okay, now I'm scared. Why? Because you're actually becoming smart. I always was. Yeah, but now you're showing it. That's the point. It didn't take long for people to notice. Hey, can you help me with this? Can I borrow your notes? How did you solve that question? Voices followed me everywhere, and among them, Hers. You're shining lately. I felt her hand wrap around my arm. I looked down at it, then at her. Am I? She smiled, but there was something different in her eyes. Curiosity, interest, something deeper than before. Yes, she said. You feel different. I've heard that before. But this time it's not just your attitude, she added. It's everything. I gently pulled my arm away. Maybe you're just noticing more. Maybe, she said softly. She stepped closer. I like this version of you. I held her gaze. I know. She blinked. You know? Yes. She laughed lightly. Confident too? Only when I'm right. And you think you are? I don't think, I said. I know. For a second, she looked caught off guard. Then she smiled again, but I saw it. That tiny crack in her confidence. Bro, Armand whispered, you've got the entire class watching you. Let them. That includes her. I know. He lowered his voice. And him. I followed his gaze. Rayan. Standing near the corridor, arms crossed, eyes locked on me, I met his stare. I didn't look away, didn't flinch. Okay, Armand said quietly, that guy definitely doesn't like you. Good. Good? He frowned. Why good? Because now he's paying attention. That's not a good thing. For you, maybe. For you, too. I shook my head. You don't understand. Then explain it to me. Not yet. He groaned. You're starting to annoy me. Get in line. But I didn't expose everything, not yet. That would be too easy, too quick. Instead, I planted seeds. Hey, I said casually during lunch, sitting near Sarah and a few others. What's up? Sarah asked. Nothing much. I opened my notebook. Just thinking about something weird. Weird how? She asked. Like how people act differently around different people. Sarah frowned. What do you mean? Nothing serious, I said. Nah, just something I noticed. About who? I shrugged. Does it matter? She leaned forward. Now I'm curious. I smiled slightly. Curiosity can be dangerous. Just say it. I pretended to hesitate. Then, have you ever seen someone act completely different depending on who they're with? I asked. Sarah glanced around. Yeah, I guess. Like sweet with one person, I continued, and cold or distant with another. Her expression shifted slightly. Why are you asking? She said. No reason. You're lying. Maybe. She crossed her arms. You're talking about someone specific. I stayed silent. That was enough. Seeds didn't need force. They just needed space. Munchie. It didn't take long. Lena, I heard Sarah's voice from across the hallway. I slowed my steps. What? Lena replied, sounding annoyed. Guy, can I ask you something? Make it quick. Are you playing with both of them? Silence. Then, what are you talking about? Lena snapped. You know exactly what I mean. Stay out of my business. I'm just asking. I said stay out of it. Her voice was sharp, defensive, louder than usual. I didn't need to see her face to know she was panicking. Fine, Sarah said coldly, but don't act innocent later. I never do, Lena shot back. Footsteps, then silence. I leaned against the wall, exhaling slowly. First crack. Well, bro, what's going on? I looked at Armin. What do you mean? Don't play dumb, he said. Things are getting weird. Weird how? People are talking, he said. About Lena? About you? About that senior? I stayed quiet. He stepped closer. Did you do something? Maybe. Maybe. He frowned. Lawi Shuai. Because it needed to be done. What needed to be done? I looked at him. Really looked at him. He wasn't part of this. He didn't deserve to be dragged into it. But he was already here. Tell me the truth, he said. What are you planning? I hesitated for a second, then I answered. Justice. He blinked. Justice? Yes? For what? For things you don't know about. Then make me understand. I can't. Why not? Because it's not your fight. He stared at me, frustrated. You're my friend. That makes it my fight. I felt something shift in my chest. Mike, you shouldn't be involved. Too late, he said. I already am. I sighed. Then just trust me. With what? That I know what I'm doing. He held my gaze for a long moment. Then, fine, he said. Yes, I trust you. Good. But if this goes wrong, it won't. You better be right. I am. Later that day, hey, I turned. Lena stood there. Her expression was different, not playful, not light, tense. Can we talk? She asked. About what? You know what? I shrugged. Enlighten me. She stepped closer. Did you say something to Sarah? No. Don't lie to me. I'm not. Then why is she asking me weird questions? I met her eyes calmly. Maybe she noticed something. Her jaw tightened. There's nothing to notice. Then you have nothing to worry about. She stared at me, trying to read me, trying to find something. You're changing again? She said slowly. Am I? Yes. I smiled faintly. Good. Her expression hardened slightly. I don't like this version of you, she said. That makes two of us. What does that mean? It means, I said quietly, you should be careful. Careful of what? I leaned closer. Of what's coming. Her breath caught, and for the first time, I saw it clearly. Fear, real fear. I stepped back and walked away. Because now, love wasn't my weakness anymore. It was my weapon. The day came faster than I expected. Bro, you ready? Armand asked, adjusting his collar. Yeah. You don't look nervous. I'm not, he frowned. That's what scares me. I glanced at him. Just stay calm no matter what happens. What's going to happen? You'll see. He grabbed my arm. I don't like surprises like this. You'll understand soon. He searched my face, then slowly let go. Fine. But I'm staying with you. Do that. The school hall was full. Students, teachers, noise everywhere. Why is everyone so hyped? Someone said behind me. It's the annual event, idiot. Still feels different this time. It was, because I made it that way. I stood near the side of the stage, holding my phone. Everything I needed was right there. You're quiet today, Lena's voice came from behind me. I turned. She looked beautiful, calm, confident, like nothing in the world could touch her. Just thinking, I said. About what? Endings. She laughed softly. You're being dramatic again. Am I? She stepped closer. You've been acting strange all day. Maybe I'm just tired. Of me? She asked, half joking. I looked at her. For a second, I remembered everything. The good moments, the laughter, the lies. All of it, I said quietly. Her smile faded slightly. What does that mean? You'll see. She frowned. I don't like that answer. I know. Before she could say anything else. Hey, Armand called. They're about to start. I nodded. I'll be there. Lena watched me carefully. Don't disappear. I won't. Not this time. Next, we have an open presentation segment, a teacher announced on stage. If anyone wants to share something, now is the time. My moment. Bro, Armin whispered, this is it, isn't it? Yes. What are you doing? Ending something. He grabbed my sleeve. Think carefully. I already did. I stepped forward. Each step felt steady, controlled, no hesitation. I climbed onto the stage. Do you have something to present? The teacher asked. Yes. All right, go ahead. I took the mic. The hall quieted slightly. I won't take much time, I said. I just want to show something interesting. Murmurs spread. What is he doing? No idea. I glanced at the crowd, then at her. Lena stood near the front, watching me, confused, curious, unaware. I connected my phone. My thumb hovered over the screen. This is it. Bro, don't. Armin whispered from below. I closed my eyes for a second, then I pressed play. He's just a backup. Rayon, you're the one I want. Her voice filled the hall. Clear, sharp, unmistakable. Silence, complete silence. Then, what was that? Is that Lena? No way. Whispers exploded across the room. I kept the recording playing. Every word, every tone, every truth. Lena's face turned pale. No, she whispered. Her eyes shot to me. You, she said, shaking. You set me up? I looked at her, empty, cold. No, I said. You did this yourself. The whispers grew louder. What is going on? Is that real? She was talking to Rayon? Wait, isn't she always with him too? Voices overlapped. Confusion turned into chaos. Turn it off, Lena shouted, stepping forward. But I didn't move. More recordings played. Different days. Same voice. Same lies. You're overthinking. He's just a friend. Don't worry about him. Every word she ever used, now exposed. Stop it, she cried. Please stop. I finally paused it. The silence that followed, was heavier than anything before. Rayon pushed through the crowd. What is this? He demanded. I looked at him. Proof. Of what? Of who she really is. That's nonsense, he snapped. Anyone can fake audio. Then explain the messages. I held up my phone again. Screenshots, chats, dates, everything. Projected for everyone to see. This isn't real, Lena said, her voice trembling. He's lying. Am I? I asked calmly. She looked at me like she didn't recognize me. You, she whispered. Who are you? I didn't answer, because she already knew. Rayon clenched his jaw. You think this proves anything? It proves enough. You're trying to ruin her. No, I said. I'm revealing her. Same thing. Not really. He stepped closer. You better watch yourself. Or what? He stopped. Because there was nothing he could say, nothing he could do, not anymore. Around us, everything was falling apart. I trusted you, Sarah said, her voice breaking. Lena turned to her. Sarah, listen. Don't, Sarah snapped. Just don't. Tears filled her eyes. How long? It's not like that. How long? Sarah repeated. Lena couldn't answer because there was no good answer. Armin stood frozen. You knew? He asked me quietly. I didn't look at him. Yes. And you didn't tell me? I couldn't. Why? Because you wouldn't have believed me. He swallowed hard. I still don't know if I do. That's fine. But this... He gestured around. This is real. Yes. Lena looked at me again, but this time there was no confidence, no control, just shock, fear, and something else. Realization. You planned this, she said. Yes. From the beginning? No. Then when? When I saw the truth. Her lips trembled, and everything after that was necessary. She shook her head. No, this isn't you. I stepped closer. It is now. She stared at me. Really stared, like she was finally seeing me for the first time. Not the boy she played with, not the one who followed her, but someone else. Someone colder, someone she couldn't control. You've changed, she whispered. I told you, I said. People change. Tears slipped down her face. You could have talked to me, she said. I almost laughed. Would it have mattered? Yes. No, I said. It wouldn't. She had no response because deep down, she knew I was right. Around us, everything collapsed at once. Whispers turned into judgment. Friends turned away. Trust shattered, and in the middle of it, she stood alone. I looked at her one last time. No anger, no sadness, nothing, just emptiness. This is where it ends, I said quietly. She opened her mouth, but no words came out, because it was already over, and for the first time. She looked at me like she understood exactly who I had become, but it was too late. After that day, everything changed. Did you hear? She hasn't come to school for a week. I heard she transferred. No, she's just hiding. Voices followed me through the hallway. I didn't react. I kept walking. Bro, Armand said quietly, catching up. People are still talking about it. They will. For how long? Until something new happens. He glanced at me. And you're just okay with it? Yes. He frowned. I don't get you anymore. You don't need to. I want to. I stopped walking. He stopped too. Why? I asked. Because you're my friend. I held his gaze. I'm still the same. No, he said. You're not. Maybe not. He sighed. I don't know if that's a good thing. It is for me. He looked like he wanted to argue, but he didn't. Just, Don't shut me out, he said. I won't. That was the closest thing to a promise I could give. Days turned into weeks. Her name slowly faded from conversations, but not completely. She's back. I heard it before I saw her. I didn't turn, not immediately. Are you going to look? Armand whispered. No. Why not? Because I don't need to. He stayed quiet, but I could feel it. Her presence, close, careful, hesitant. Hey. Her voice was softer now, fragile. I turned. Lena stood a few steps away. She looked different, not in appearance, but in everything else. Her confidence was gone, her smile missing. Hi, I said. She flinched slightly at how normal I sounded. Can we talk? She asked. About what? Please. I hesitated for a second, then nodded. Fine. We stood outside, away from everyone. Silence stretched between us. She looked down at her hands, then back at me, then away again. She started, then stopped. I waited. I don't know how to say this, she admitted. Then don't. She shook her head. I have to. Why? Because I can't keep it inside anymore. I crossed my arms. Go ahead. She took a deep breath. Then, did you ever love me? The question hung in the air, simple but heavy. I didn't answer immediately, because for a moment, I saw him, my past self, the boy who smiled at her like she was everything, the one who believed every word she said, the one who would have forgiven her, even after everything, even after she broke him, even after he died loving her. I exhaled slowly. I did. Her lips trembled, tears filled her eyes instantly. I knew it, she whispered. Eric, did you? She nodded weakly. I could feel it. I didn't respond, because that feeling was gone. And now? She asked, her voice breaking. I looked at her. Really looked. At the girl I once loved, at the person who destroyed me, at the stranger standing in front of me, and I felt nothing. Now, I said quietly, I remember who you really are. Her breath hitched. No, that's not all I am, she said quickly. I made mistakes, but what? I can change. I shook my head. You already showed me who you are. That's not fair. It is. I was confused, she cried. I didn't know what I wanted. You knew enough to lie. I didn't mean to hurt you. But you did. She stepped closer. I'm sorry. I didn't move. I know that doesn't fix anything, she continued, tears falling freely now, but I am. I really am. I stayed silent. Say something, she begged. What do you want me to say? I don't know. Anything. I thought for a moment. Then, it doesn't matter anymore. Her face fell. It matters to me. It shouldn't. Why not? Because I'm not part of your story anymore. She shook her head desperately. You are. I'm not. You can't just erase everything. I'm not erasing it, I said. I'm accepting it. That's the same thing. No, I replied calmly. It's not. She stared at me, trying to find something, anything, but there was nothing left to find. You've changed, she whispered again. Yes. Because of me? I paused. Partly. She wiped her tears. Then at least let me fix it. You can't. Why? Because some things don't get fixed. Her voice dropped. So that's it? That's it. She looked like she was about to fall apart. And for a second, a very small second, I almost felt something, but it passed. Goodbye, Lena, I said. I turned and walked away. This time, I didn't look back. Did you talk to her? I nodded as Armin walked beside me. And? It's over. For real this time? Yes. He studied my face. You don't look happy. I'm not. Then what are you? I thought about it. Oh, free. He nodded slowly. I guess that makes sense. Later that evening. You handled that better than I expected. I glanced at Nadia. You were watching? Not everything, she said. Just enough. And you didn't break. I already did that once. She smiled faintly. So, how do you feel? I leaned back, looking at the sky. The same sky. Different life. Different me. I thought I'd feel better, I admitted. And I don't. She raised an eyebrow. Regret? No. Then what? I searched for the right word. Empty. Maybe. That's normal. Is it? Yes, she said. Revenge doesn't heal you. I figured. It just gives you closure. I nodded slowly. That sounds right. She looked at me. So, was it worth it? I thought about everything. The pain, the anger, the plan, the ending. Then I exhaled. It didn't heal me, I said. But it freed me, she smiled. A different kind of healing. Maybe. I stood up. So what now? She asked. I looked ahead, at everything waiting for me, a future that wasn't tied to her, not anymore. Now, I said. I moved forward. She nodded. Good answer. I smiled faintly. When I feel awake, and for the first time in 2 lifetimes, I chose myself.